Hi all, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another crafting tutorial. And in this one today we're going to be making a Chaos 40k Knight. This guy on screen right now. You see, very cool. Now, most of you probably won't have the exact same toys that I've used in this build, but hopefully it can inspire you to create some of your own designs, alright? But without further ado, I'm gonna take you to the crafting table and let's do this! Come on! This channel is proudly supported by Print Minis and the Spelfanaat. Links to both will be in the description down below. Now let's get crafting, everybody! Hey my friends, let's get this guy out of the box. Very cheap toy, only €5. Now I'm gonna need the torso, the head and the cowl. So we're gonna first begin by cutting off both its legs. Or Skeletor. Next I'm gonna clip off the cowl. Or the hood, or the hoodie, whatever you want to call it. Just cut that off. And now I'm gonna take my hobby saw and remove his head. I always like these toy bashes. They're fun to do. Now for his arms, I'm using the heavy clipper here because this was kind of hard to remove. And I just trimmed that down a little bit with the clipper. And this is what we'll end up with. So you can tell the design for the knight. Now I'm going to remove the chest symbol first. It's a lot of cutting and sawing. And I'm going to cut off the back of the face. Skeletor's face, like so. That's a cool design for a Chaos Knight. I'm gonna cut the back of the hood, then trim it a bit shorter. Now I have a bunch of €1 transformer cars, which I will screw apart for pieces to detail the figure. They're very cheap in the store called Action. I'm gonna take all these cars apart. The wheels are with tiny screws, so you're gonna have to use a small screwdriver. And basically we just cut up all those pieces and we're gonna see what we can use to create our mechanical Chaos Knight or Imperial Knight. Now behold, all the parts. Time to assemble this. And I'm using these as arms, and this will also make for a great gun barrel. Now it is impossible to explain each part I use to create the arms and such, so just look at all your parts that you have and compare to some reference images and then go from there. I'm gonna use these to attach his legs, his hip joints or whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna clip off a piece of the arm so the tube slides in over it. And you can still move the arm. Very cool. So you can position the gun barrel. And next I'm gonna hot glue the arm, the leg, pegs, the back plate of the figure. Start by attaching all the bits that you want. And it is important to use some reference images. So start by attaching this guy. Cool. Now here I'm gonna hot glue the hood to the chest, like so. Don't worry about the wisps, you can clean those off later. So at first I glued on the fist as you saw, but then I replaced it later on with the chainsword. It was more fitting, I think. Now I'm gonna glue in Skeletor's face into the hood, like this. Looking cool so far. But be creative with your parts, of course. Now I'm gonna use these things for his legs, and first I sand it up and clean up the parts so I can have a better secure bond when gluing them. Then I attach these to the other two parts to create the knees, as you see here. And then I'm gonna glue two wheels on each side, both left and right, to widen those up and to create some more mechanical joints on the legs, like this. Now, of course, they look a little flimsy, so I'm using a paper drinking straw to widen these. And also it matches well with the pipes and everything. Now, once they are bulked out, I'm gonna hot glue the legs to the hips. But first I'm attaching the drinking straws here, and then position them however you see fit to create a dynamic pose or whatever. Now I'm gonna use other car parts to add details on the back of its legs. Of course, obviously everybody will have different parts. It's impossible to exactly replicate this, but I hope to give you some inspiration. Now to make the feet, I'm gonna use these cloth pins. Cut 4 2cm pieces like this, and you will need 4 per feet. And I'm gonna attach these with a wheel in the center. And I'm gonna glue the toes around it like so. Let that dry. I'm using my silicone mat because hot glue does not stick to it. And next step is simply to glue the knight to the feet. Alright, now these two parts will form the casing for my chainsword. Now I trace the piece onto some cardstock and draw and cut it out, just using a scissors. You can use something thicker, but I'm using simple cardstock here for this. It was easier to work with, so, and they are sandwiched between those plastic pieces, so yeah, it'll work. Just using hot glue to attach it, like this. Cool. Now let's attach it to the knight. And as I said, I'm gonna remove the fist and I'm gonna attach this instead. It makes it more cooler, in my opinion, more creepy, more scary, more chaos. But you can use it, because I'm doing a chaos one, but feel free to make an imperial knight if you prefer. Looking good. Now let's make some shin guards out of cardstock. Simple cornflakes cardstock. Now like, share and subscribe, everybody. It really helps out my channel. Now cut 2 rectangles 6.5 centimeters long by 4 centimeters, and you will need 2 of these. And at the corner just mark out nearly 1/2 centimeter and cut that at an angle like so. Trace one and fold them slightly across a round object. Makes it easier to bend them into shape. Now next I cut 4 1 centimeter pieces, which I cut at a triangle like so. First cut these 4 pieces, and then I'm simply using a scissor and cut them at a diagonal length like so to create these I don't know, these wedges. Now you will need 3 per leg, so I'm gonna hot glue these on, 2 on the side and 1 at the front. 1 at the front, 2 at the side, like so. And I meant 2 at the side and 1 at the front. Alright, now do this on both legs, of course. Then next I cut a little curve on the side and then hot glue the shin guards onto the legs. Now make a cardstock piece to cover the top plate of the knight. Just cut it and trim it, measure it out until you get it to fit. I'm cutting it at a little slope here around the neck, and then hot glue this on. Don't worry, I'm gonna fold some EVA foam over that to make it look a little better. But yeah, I'm really happy how this guy is turning out. Now I decided to attach another loin cover piece, but first I cut the cloth away, then hot glued the toy car piece at the crotch. And the leg broke off, but I'm fixing that right now. Now this would look very cool here, so I'm gonna start by clipping and snipping parts away and then attaching this to his groin. Like so. Hot glue that into position. And this, I'm using this leather strip, and I'm gonna attach that from knee to knee, and then I'm gonna hot glue this torn cloth piece at the ribbon, at this leather strip. Now on the back I glued 2 more wheels, and I cut 2 small pieces of paper drinking straws for the exhaust, and I also glue on a cap of a spray can bottle. And these will be his exhausts. Now I glue on some EVA strips for details on the top, but feel free to do whatever you want, of course. This is the spray bottle cap, and here I have this plastic toy thingy, and I'm cutting off the tops to use as pistons. Now it's time to prime this guy in black, or whatever color you want to prime him to match your army. Now paint him to whichever color scheme you desire, and mine will be painted for the Black Legion, and I'm also making a shield to attach to his chest, and I'm making that out of a thick cardstock. So let's look at the final result, everybody. And here he is. I'm very happy with the result and how he turned out, and I'm definitely gonna buy another toy to make an Imperial Knight for my Ultramarines, but yeah, paint scheme is up to everyone, of course. So yeah, very pleased with this. Thank you all for watching, everybody. Hope you all had fun watching as I had crafting this guy, and hopefully if I've inspired some of you to go out and create your own 40k knight, be it for the Imperium of Man or the Forces of Chaos. Now, it doesn't matter whatever side you choose as long as you have fun. And don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody, comment, share, and all that good stuff. It really helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate all the support, everybody. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next video, okay? Bye for now. Bye.